Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on I'm Totally Fine, starring Jillian Bell, as a woman who loses her best friend right at the launch of their startup, and then she's replaced by an alien who inhabits her friend's body and then becomes her new friend. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's The Pineys, books 1 through 10. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So Jillian is from Workaholics, and she's pretty funny. I mean, she was pretty funny on that show. In this, she's the lead. She's a little more low-key, and I'm not so sure that's helping the comedy aspects of this. It's more of a light comedy about her friend dealing with grief from the minds of Workaholics, What We Do in the Shadows, and American Dad. Yeah, those are funny things. I mean, this feels a little lighter. It's like they're let off the gas a little bit. Turns into a bit of a road movie. Then this is the actor from What We Do in the Shadows who plays the Renfield type character and eventually becomes the vampire hunter. He plays a DJ who shows up late to DJ the party that they had to cancel, that Jillian had to cancel because her friend is dead. Grief is universal is the tagline, which is a bit kind of a downer. I mean, this is supposed to be a comedy. Like, what am I supposed to take away from that? Grief is universal. Ha 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 ha. It also features, I don't know if I'm going to find a play. See, I mean, there's a lot of sadness in this thing. A lot of hugging and drinking, and I think they stepped off the gas. But the drug dealer from Workaholics is in it. I forget the character's name. Directed by Brandon Dermer. Story by Alicia Ketry and Brandon Dermer. Screenplay by Alicia Ketry. Alicia, I feel like you stepped off the lifted off the gas on this one in terms of the comedy. It feels a little light. You know, you already got an alien inhabiting the body of a dead woman. There's a movie with Jeff Bridges. It's a similar thing. He clones the body of a dead guy, and then I forget who the female lead is, and then he's the alien, and he is putting way more craziness into his performance, which isn't a comedy, than this actress is. She's very low key too. This should have been like nuts. She should have been out of her mind, like aliens, like eating styrofoam. I mean, she's drinking olive oil. Okay. It's pretty low key bit. I mean, did you not have any money for the budget? Is the best you could do was empty out a thing of olive oil and wash it out and fill it with water and then have the actresses drink it and pretend it was olive oil? I mean, that's the craziest thing you can have. You know, the Conehead used to eat styrofoam and drink. What was it? Consume massive quantities of alcohol. You know, fun stuff like that. I'm not knocking the movie totally. You got some funny people here, but seems like you told them, like, oh, relax. We don't want to make it that funny. Carl, that's his name. I couldn't think of his name. I just thought of it. It was like my third take. The trick-or-treaters are coming. Carl's in it. Carl, who's very funny. He plays a total scumbag in Workaholics. Here, he's some guy who helps him out when they break down on the side of the road. I think he becomes Jillian's love interest. But we don't see much of that either in the trailer. What are you tempting me here with? What's in this to make me want to watch this damn thing? There's almost no comedy in it. The comedy is real low key. Like, oh yeah, this is comedy. Drop. How about, I don't know, having a scene where Jillian's about to call the cops because she's found her friend dead, and then the alien inhabits her body, and then Vanessa wakes up. Vanessa is her friend. I don't know the actress's name. And then Jillian's like, ah! Like, what happened to going big in comedy? Instead, there's an opening scene in the trailer where she's talking to a party planner she hired, and she's trying to cancel the party, and the party planner says, oh, by law, we have to have this party. That doesn't make any sense. And then you get into the dreary part where Jillian's mourning her friend, and then her friend comes back, and her reaction is like, oh, I'm going crazy. I'm going to go to the hospital. I mean, is that the biggest reaction? How about, you're dead? Oh, okay. I guess we're too cool to do that. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of slapstick, but slapstick it up a little bit. If it's a comedy, okay, you don't want to go that big. All right. Why even call it a comedy then? Why not call it I don't know, a movie about friendship that happens to have some comedy in it? I mean, if you're going to say comedy, I want to laugh. And if you're not, you have one shot of the alien girl drinking a quart of oil, and she drinks olive oil. So, like, that's a running gag, I guess. I mean, have her drink, like, something really toxic. I mean, the oil is toxic. Have her drink gasoline. Have her pick up a pump and, like, something. And what do I have to write the movie for you? I mean, you got Carl in this thing. Carl's funny. He was funny on Workaholics. Let him write the damn screenplay. I bet it would be funny. Let the Workaholics guys work on this. Did they produce it? I wonder if they produced it. I'm Totally Fine. I mean, it's a good title. Blake Anderson is in it. Oh, okay. That's Blazer. He's funny. He's not even in the trailer. He's listed. It's Jillian Bell and Natalie Morales. They're the two main characters. Blake Anderson's the very next credit, and you don't have a shot at a guy? Not one shot of him? With Karen Moriyama. I don't know who that is. I know who Blake Anderson is. You have Uncle Blazer in the movie, and he's not even in the trailer, and you're promoting a comedy? You F this up. I'm sorry. You F this up. This trailer's effed. The funniest guy, you didn't even put him in the trailer. Who cut this thing? I'm pissed. I wanted to love this movie. I wanted to see this movie. And then I watched the trailer 3 times because the trick-or-treaters are here. Now I'm annoyed. Alicia Ketry, screenwriter. Brandon Dermer, co-screenwriter or co-story creator, director. Screenplay is Alicia. God, what an opportunity you blew. You don't have Uncle Blazer in one frame of the trailer. What are you saving him for? Oh, we're going to put him in the second trailer. Okay, I'm not going to watch the second trailer. How many trailers do you think I'm going to watch for one friggin' movie? How many trailers do you think regular people watch for a movie? If they watch any at all. They see, oh, I'm Totally Fine. Oh, it's a comedy. Oh, okay. Jillian Bell, wasn't she in Workaholics? Oh, let me watch it. Oh, okay. There's Carl. Maybe. If Uncle Blazer had been in it, you'd have all the Workaholics guys. Workaholics at least had its own subreddit. It had a huge fan base. I just don't get people. I really don't. Hollywood, you frustrate me. First act, Jillian's friend is dead. She has to cancel this party. I guess they had a startup. Second act, the alien shows up. Jillian is mildly worried instead of being out of her mind like, oh my God, I'm going nuts. Talks about going to the hospital, never goes, of course. Keeps talking to the alien, who eventually starts scanning her. Like, I mean, how do you even, I mean, once you accept that it's an alien inhabiting your friend's body or looking like her, maybe you ought to be worried an alien's in your place, but okay. It all becomes a wacky girl road trip. They meet Carl, who may or may not be a love interest. I don't know if this passes the Bechdel test, if you're going to go down that road. Might as well throw it right in the trash if you did that. because at least the love interest would give me something to root for here. And then third act, she is dealing with the grief of her friend. The alien has to leave, and now her friend is really leaving, and now she has to say goodbye, and now she's very tearful and whatever, and this is about dealing with grief. Ha ha ha, everybody. What a hilarious ending. I mean, how about like Vanessa owed money to the mob, and now that she's back, the mafia guys are trying to kill her, but the alien doesn't want to leave yet. But if she was dead, Jillian's problems would be over. Like something like that. I mean, you could do mob guys. That's easy enough. Instead, we're gonna have scenes like this, sitting in the grass. Ha 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 ha. You frustrate me, people. You frustrate me. And then a DJ shows up and they dance midway through. I mean, that'll be fun, I guess, to watch other people dance. I mean, ladies, I know you love dancing. It's a fun thing for you. Is it fun to watch other people dance? You know, not professionals. I'm going to assume these two actors aren't professional dancers, and we're just going to see a bunch of comedians gyrate and goof around. Maybe for 30 seconds it's kind of amusing, but is it funny? I don't know. What I do know is I feel like there's not enough here to call this a comedy that like could be a follow-up to something as good as Workaholics, What We Do in the Shadows. I mean, you drew me in with those credits. Those are great credits. You know? Instead, it's like, well, it's about grief. Grief is universal, is the tagline for a comedy. Okay. I mean, feels like you're wasting the talent here. Feels like you should have put Carl in charge. He directed some of the episodes of Workaholic, if I'm not mistaken. He's a funny guy. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more bass takes. I'm doing the live scream tonight at 7 p.m. Halloween. Check it out. We're going to talk ghost stories. We're going to do the rest of the Lotus Eaters comments and just chat about stuff. And we'll see you at 7.